our super precision proprietary chambering methods to the whole world.
I'm sorry. I can edit it out.
Yeah, you gotta edit that out.
I'm sorry about
Shut that camera off.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Super Precision Gun Building, where we teach the kinder, gentler way of chambering. Today, we are working on a 6.5 284 Lapua. We have a bat HR, solid bottom single shot, surprise, surprise, really nice. So come over here to the lathe and I would like to show you this. So we have a tenon turned, we have a tenon threaded. I want to show you how tight this is. I've showed this before. See, it's hard to even get it to go on. All right, so I've only turned that on there a turn or two. Watch this. This is the end play. All right, almost nothing. Now watch. Bring this in, go about halfway. Watch. Almost nothing. There is nothing this way. Nothing at all that way at all. Watch as it comes in. Okay, we've still got about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. Watch. Watch this. Almost nothing now. Watch. Now we've got about a 1/16 of an inch. not even close to hitting the shoulder yet. Watch. I don't know if you can see down in there. Okay, watch. It's going to come up and literally, this is so cool. Watch this. So there's a gray line there, right? And so as you bring that around, that gray line disappears. And did you see it push the oil out? Can you see right there? It pushed the oil out, and you can't tell that piece of metal and that piece of metal, they might as well be welded, or they might as well have been cast together. It might as well be one piece of steel. And then when you get to that, nothing, zero, okay? And of course, nothing this way. So run that up against there like that. Now we've showed this before, but put the bolt in, drop the bolt. You had to take some off of the tenon nose, you understand? There has to be clearance, and I misspoke in another video. I meant the bolt nose. There has to be clearance between the nose of this bolt, the face of it, and the face of that tenon, right? And on this gun, I did about 5. And when you bring this up, it'll end up being about 4 thou clearance. But look, I want to show you this. That's your clearance right there. I don't know if you can see that movement, but that's your clearance from the face of the tenon to the face of the bolt. That is the clearance that you're witnessing right there. Okay, now I want to show you something. Come back over here. So this is 6.5 284. Look at this cartridge. 6.5 284 Lapua, because it's Lapua brass. It's not 6.5 284 Winchester, because I had these reamers set up to my own specs. So look how nice of a cartridge that is. That's 153 grain Hornady A-tip. I mean, when guys call me up and they want to talk about 6.5 anything, let's have two conversations. 6.5 280, we can go 6.5 47 Lapua, definitely, but it's slow. We can go 6.5 284 Lapua with these high coefficient bullets, or we can do 264 Win Mag. To me, that's the real 6.5s, okay? Now, anyways, you see how cool that cartridge is. I mean, that's just a very, very nicely. Look at this bullet, by the way. Look at that bullet. 153 grain A-tip. And I think we're getting some 156 burgers also. We just haven't been able to get our hands on them. Anyway, 6.5 284, 2 headspace gauges. That's why I'm showing you this. So this one is a PTG 6.5 284 Go gauge. And wow, it's from way back in 09. All right? This one is 6.5 284, and actually this just says 284 Win on it. It's a Go gauge, but look, I don't know if you can read that. I really hope you can. I'm going to shine a flashlight on that too. That is minus 0.0025, and this is a Manson, and that's from this year, 22. I'm going to shine a light on there to see. That might make it worse. I think it makes it worse. All right, it doesn't matter. You're just going to have to trust me on this. This is a minus 0.0025, 2.5 thou. All right? So theoretically, and I can't measure this close, this gauge
at the shoulder, because that's the datum line, should be 2.5 thou shorter than this one. This should be longer, this should be shorter. Now, here's what else I have here. This is Lapua 65284. That's what it's head stamped, right? I have 2 of those, and actually I have a whole bunch of those. By the way, look at this. The old brown boxes with the blue label. I still have a whole bunch of this. You can call me up and beg me for it. If you offer me enough, I might sell some of it. I don't know. So I got that. And I also have, this is head stamp Peterson 65284. That's all. It doesn't say when, it doesn't say, that's just what it is, 65284. Okay? Because you got to realize, there's a whole bunch of different dimensions for 65284 Winchester, 65284 Lapua, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the reamer that's over there right now is a Dave Manson reamer, and it was set up off of these dummies. Now, we've gone into this before, but you see the information is even on here. So this has a, I believe that's the cartridge overall length is 3.530. And no, that's probably the comparator measurement. That, here, wait, I can tell you right now. Yes, that first number is my comparator measurement, 3.530, and again, this is just for my reamer, and that is the cartridge overall length, 3.228. By the way, we had mentioned in another video about the Mitutoyo calipers. It ended up costing me $140. $140 to send back a set of fairly new calipers, have them repaired, and sent back. Okay? I am not impressed. I am not impressed. Yes, I still like Mitutoyo, but I am not impressed. All right. So anyways, that's the cartridge. Now, what I want to show you is I had to headspace it, right? You had to headspace it, and because there's a lot of different dimensions out there, this is the headspace gauge that Dave made to match these dummies. All right? So now watch this. So it's going to be hard to see. Come on over here, and I'll rotate it around so you can see. So again, this is a single shot solid bottom, right? So you got to get that to go up in there. Push it up in with your finger. Push it tight, right? Close the bolt. All right, now look. This feeling it, F-E-E-L, tells you a lot. You can actually feel. You can feel a thou. But I want to show you something. So that is the headspace gauge that is marked minus 2.5 thou, right? Push that back up in there. Take your bolt, right? You got to make sure there's nothing in the face of it, because we're going to put something in the face of it. So this is how I do this. These are shims that was cut from shim stock. You can buy shim stock at like MSC supplies, things like that. And these are marked, right? But I've measured them all to see what it really is. And see, it's 1 thou. Okay, 1 thou. So now, take that piece of shim stock, stick it in the face of your bolt, bring it back over here, put it in, and watch. Okay, watch this. Just fell. Did you see that? It's like there's a little bit of resistance on it. You can feel it, right? So, all right, take it off of it. See, it sticks, by the way. If all, that whole sticking thing, if all your dimensions, if everything's square and straight and concentric and blah, 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 you'd be surprised how often things just stick together. All right, so wait, I gotta put this back. So I'm gonna put the 1 away, and I gotta get that headspace gauge to go back up in there. Okay? All right, so it's in. Now, I wanna make sure it's in. So I'm gonna push the bolt in. Okay, it is, everything's good. Okay, pop that back out. Run that back up in there, push it in with your finger, take your bolt back out, make sure nothing's in it. Now, that was 1. Okay, so this is 2. 2 thou. It's easiest to do this with a magnet. Okay. Okay. And I can crush it. See, you gotta, when you're measuring this small, there it is right there. 2. Okay, 2 thou. Take that,
put it in the face of your bolt, bring it back over, and go to close it. Now watch this. Look at this. I mean, I could force it down, but I really don't want to do that. I mean, it's halfway down, right? So you could force it, which that's just a little bit of crush in there is what's going on. It's hard to get that to go up in there. There, let me get that. All right, now shove that in there. So that's the 2. Take the 2 back, put it away. Now, here's the 3. I have 1s, 3s, and 5s. I don't have any 4s, but you can add them together to make whatever you need to make. You have to make sure they don't get stuck together, because boy, that would really mess you up, especially if you're actually head spacing off of these. You would get really seriously 3 thou. And again, look, if you push it, that's where that crush is. See, I can push it the whole way down to 2. And it depends where you put it in the jaws, too. As you move it further back, there's not as much flex. So see, you can actually get it down to like right there, 3. Okay? So put the 3 in. So the 1, think about this. This is how precise this stuff is. So the 1 drags, like you can feel it drag. The 2 will go halfway down. Now watch this. This is what's amazing. It's still amazing to me all these years later. Look at this. Look. You would have to really, well, you know, you'd have to, if you really, you know what I mean, you'd have to, you get what I'm saying, you'd have to really beat that thing down there now. And of course, that's not the kinder, gentler system that we're teaching here. So you have to be careful what you do. But anyways, so it'll drag on a 1. It'll go halfway with a 2. It will not go with a 3, and without a lot of persuasion, okay? And so that's just what I wanted to show you. You have to, when you're head spacing, you have to decide where you're going. And that's one of the reasons that you end up, I'll have to sort through these now because I can't tell. That's why you have to decide what headspace gauge you're going to use. And that's why having one head, I should have showed you. So this is the normal headspace gauge. I'm not going to go back and do that all over, but watch. So I'll put the regular PTG headspace gauge in there. Where's the bolt? Make sure there's nothing in it. Now watch. Watch this. See that? Again, there's, I don't know. There's 2 or 3 there easily, maybe more. No, that's not what I meant. Watch. Let's do that again. Okay, put that in there, and I misspoke. If anything, there's a little bit less there because that's the bigger one, right? That is the bigger one of the 2. Here, let's just try it. I didn't want to do this. All right, so let's see if it'll take a 1. Okay, that is indeed the 1. So put the 1 in it. Yep, look at that. I can't push the 1. So I misspoke because the PTG gauge is the bigger of the 2 because the other one is marked 2.5 thousandths smaller, right? So anyways, I just wanted to show you that. These are the kind of things you got to decide whenever you are building a gun. And so, and I'm not going to go through this. You know, I have my brass laid out here like I showed you last time. So this brass is nearly identical to this headspace gauge, which again, I give tons of credit to Dave Manson and his whole crew there because when I asked them to make a headspace gauge to match the dummy rounds, well, guess what? When you go with a piece of brass, it's usually almost identical, maybe within like
within 1 thou. So they do a pretty good job. Now listen, that's what I wanted to show you on this 65284. But we have we're going to go over there in a minute. We have a 300 WSM that is something that's brand new that we've never done, and we're going to put that on film. But I got to stop here and go over and set that up. So we'll be back in a minute. See you.